What's up, guys? I am Etienne, and today I'm diving into the complex duality of genetics and epigenetics and their impact on the development of human intelligence. This area of study not only helps deepen our understanding of cognitive abilities, but also provokes important ethical debates and societal considerations. Before we really dive into the subject, it is important to understand what we mean when we talk about intelligence. Intelligence is often defined as the capacity to learn, understand, and apply knowledge, as well as innovate based on existing information. It is a key factor in academic achievements and societal success. Despite its omnipresent nature in our everyday lives, the roots of intelligence are still a subject of intense scientific debate. Understanding intelligence is first understanding that it is not the result of a single gene that magically makes us smart, quite the opposite. Intelligence is polygenic, which means that it is influenced by many different genes. The roles of genetics and epigenetics. Exploring intelligence through genetics involves identifying specific genes linked to cognitive functions and their variants to try to understand how these genes individually impact us and how they are transmitted to further generations. Epigenetics, on the other hand, examines how one's environment can alter gene expression without changing the DNA sequence. This includes factors like diet, stress, exposure to toxins, and more importantly, DNA methylation. The duality between genetics and epigenetics is an indispensable attribute to our cognitive development, and therefore it is primordial to always consider both when studying this subject. The heritability of intelligence refers to the proportion of intelligence that can be attributed to genetic factors received from our parents. This pedigree chart of my ancestry line is a perfect depiction of heritability. Trust me. Renowned studies, like the one made by Thomas J. Bouchard titled Genetic Influence on Human Intelligence, indicate that in controlled environments, genetics can account for approximately 80% of the variance in IQ scores across an individual's lifespan. This suggests a strong genetic influence, but it's crucial to acknowledge the role of environmental factors and the fact that these results won't be the same in different environments, which once again highlights the importance of considering the epigenetic factors even when focusing on the genetic aspect. The study of monozygotic twins who share identical genetic codes provides a unique opportunity to isolate the effects of epigenetics. An example is the study made by Yu and Al, which studied the methylation patterns of 17 pairs of healthy twins who presented a difference of at least one standard deviation in the IQ score. Using advanced and modern techniques such as PCR and bisulfite sequencing, they showed that differences in DNA methylation patterns can explain variations in intelligence between twins. These findings highlight that while twins share the same genetic information, epigenetic factors can lead to significant differences in cognitive outcomes, which illustrates the dynamic nature of gene expression influenced by environmental context. When observing a specific pair of twins, Yu and Al found the following pattern for the methylation of the ARH-GAP18 gene. This gene is responsible for the synthesis of a protein which plays various roles in the cell's activities. And as you can see from the following diagram, where each black square represents an area of the gene that is methylated, that one of the two twins has the gene considerably less methylated than the other. It just so happens that this twin is the one with greater IQ results, indicating a possible link between this gene and intellectual abilities. Now, I think it is important to talk about the ethical dilemmas brought with this field of research. Multiple peer-reviewed articles have debated the different ethical considerations that needs to be discussed before going further into our research. Most of the danger associated with research in intelligence comes from its potential misuse. Knowledge brings the desire to act in order to make things better, but problems can arise from this. Examples like eugenic, which suggested the forced sterilization of unintelligent people to try and better the human race, or the possibility to screen for intelligent babies to know if yes or not a child is predisposed to be intelligent, and the actions that are taken from there are all sources of concerns for our society. Potential measures that have been proposed by the scientific community to make sure this knowledge is used properly is to start by setting clear boundaries and make sure to educate people properly to avoid any misinterpretations. Because, as Chris said, with great knowledge comes great responsibility. To wrap up this presentation, I think it is important to remember that the study of genetics and epigenetics so far offers great insights into the origins and development of human intelligence. But it's important to remember that it is still imperfect and is still being intensively worked on. Our goal should be to use this knowledge to enhance human potential in a way that is respectful and beneficial for all of society. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for your attention. Have a good day.